Biomethane produced from maize grown on peat emits more CO2 than natural gas. Efficient lithium extraction from salt lakes using a carbon nitride membrane. 3 new ancestors added to Tasmanian tiger's storyline. AI deciphers ancient Babylonian texts and finds beautiful lost hymn.
iOS 18.1 with Apple Intelligence launches in October, more languages rolling out over time. New open-source AI leader reflections 70bs performance questioned, accused of fraud. Miami-based AI bookkeeping startup, finally, has raised another big round, with $200 million in equity and debt.
Coinbase must face shareholder lawsuit over regulator risk concerns, judge rules. Ethered FI to launch Visa Cash Card on Scroll Network. In Japan, a TEPCO firm uses surplus green energy to mine bitcoins.
SCMP comments as, the U.S. and China must avoid dropping a silicon curtain. Bill restricting U.S. contracts with Chinese biotech firms among first to pass House in China week. German warships to cross Taiwan Strait for first time in 22 years, defying Beijing's warnings.
U.S. and Chinese troops taking part in joint Formosa, former name for the Taiwan island, exercise in Brazil for first time, and China to send troops to Brazil for first time for military exercises. Chinese, U.S. theater commanders talk for first time since 2022 row over Pelosi Taiwan trip. Taiwan firms less worried about possible U.S. and China war, compared with 2022. Kremlin denies interview request from freed U.S. journalist Evan Gershkovich. $35 million Monet will lead Christie's first sale at New Asia HQ. Mark Zuckerberg shares Daniel Arsham sculpture of his wife.
Australia to ban children as old as 16 from TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, others. First 90 minutes of Silent Hill 2 remake appear online. Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen leakers face legal action from U.S. court for the first time.
Progress software issues patch for vulnerability in Loadmaster and MT Hypervisor. In Payment Gateway Slim CD data breach, 1.7 million users impacted. Chinese APT group Mustang Panda exploits Visual Studio Code in Southeast Asian cyber attacks. Thai drone targets military and satellite industries in Taiwan. Blind Eagle targets Colombian insurance sector with customized Quasar RAT. New Android spy agent campaign steals crypto credentials via image recognition. New Rambo attack uses RAM radio signals to steal data from air-gapped networks, as researchers snoop data from air-gapped PCs' RAM sticks by monitoring EM radiation from 23 feet away. US offers $10 million for info on Russian cadet Blizzard hackers behind major attacks.
In Russia, first ever Leo Tolstoy Peace Prize awarded to African Union. De Gaulle's grandson tells State Duma speaker about plans to move to Russia. 1 year ago, Charles de Gaulle's pro-Kremlin grandson says he wants Russian citizenship. Ukraine peace proposals fail to protect Russian speakers, says Lavrov.
One in 10 people with dementia experience suicidal thoughts, finds study. Air pollution exposure in infancy may limit economic mobility in adulthood. Scientists invent nanorobots that can repair brain aneurysms.
Smoking before the age of 18 increases the risk of developing respiratory symptoms in your 20s, study finds. New study finds increase in exposures to synthetic THC among young children, teens, and adults. In Germany, drug commissioner calls for special shops for cigarette sales.
Data show individuals with type 2 diabetes are at higher risk of asthma, and vice versa. Trojan condoms contain toxic forever chemicals linked to cancer, lawsuit claims. Neuralink's first patient names his brain chip, learns new languages.
Syria says Israeli strikes kill 18 people in a large-scale attack. Bangladeshi Health Ministry reports death toll from summer riots at more than 630 people. In South Korea, in 2023, 61.3 billion won worth of drug smuggling was detected, 18% increase from a year ago.
Wall Street Journal reports that Iraqi banks used U.S.-created system to funnel funds to Iran. Reportedly, Milei made the biggest adjustments so far in at least 65 years. OPEC Plus postpones oil production hike in effort to reverse price slump.
First halal food lunches served at elementary, junior high schools in 2 East Japan towns. Beloved Keith Haring mural in Manhattan faces demolition. Johnny Cash set to become first musician to get a statue in Statuary Hall at U.S. Capitol.
Peaches grown in Fukushima nuclear disaster zone go on sale at Harrods. Lost Crusader altar found in Jerusalem. A graffiti from the 6th century BC that reveals a lost temple of the Acropolis of Athens. Germany announces temporary border checks at all land borders. Priceless artifacts looted and smuggled out from Sudan's National Museum. In the U.S., law enforcement leans on 3D printer industry to help thwart machine gun conversion devices. 4 days ago, child arrested in potential 3D printed gun operation on Detroit's east side.
Big Lots files for bankruptcy protection, sells to private equity firm as it promises to keep offering extreme bargains. James Bond's Aston Martin Vanquish set to fetch up to £70,000. Boeing offers 25% pay rise to avoid strike, and Boeing delays supplier's 737 MAX output goal by 6 months, sources say.
Michael Saylor says Republicans have more progressive view on crypto, Democrats drifting to the middle. MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor predicts Bitcoin price will rise to $13 million. 6 months ago, it had been reported as MicroStrategy holds 1% of total Bitcoin supply after $600 million purchase. Americans were scammed out of $5.6 billion in 2023 as crypto fraud losses spiked 45%. SEC warns of Bitcoin and Ether ETF risks, labels BTC, ETH highly speculative investments.
HBO's Harry Potter series opens casting call for Harry, Ron and Hermione. With "We are committed to inclusive, diverse casting." Shogun shatters Emmy records with historic 14 wins at Creative Arts Awards. James Earl Jones, renowned actor and voice of Darth Vader, dies at 93.
Sweden sees skin cancer decline in under 50s for first time. As per a study, human brains create 3 copies of every memory we make. Higher BPA levels in pregnant mothers linked to autism in sons.
Afghanistan's London embassy to close after its diplomats were disowned by the Taliban. In Iraq, Shia alliance pressures PM al-Sudani to resign over wiretapping scandal. 20 days ago, wiretapping network busted at Iraqi PM's office. No spying took place by employees of Iraqi Prime Minister's office, said by advisor. Brazil changes its position and joins the complaint against Ortega at the UN.
Ukraine restricts Russian POW's phone privileges in response to executions of Ukrainians. Google bans verification of accounts using Russian phone numbers. Ukrainian official urges Toronto Film Fest to cancel documentary on Russian soldiers.
The Ocean Cleanup announces that operations demonstrate that the elimination of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch can be done at today's level of performance in 10 years at a cost of $7.5 billion. Japan starts removing melted nuclear fuel at bottom of Fukushima. Wind catcher, 40 megawatts. Wall of wind turbines floating farm gets design approval.
Israel warns Palestinian village will be demolished if residents refuse to relocate. New UNHCR report reveals over 7 million refugee children out of school. Cats grieve deaths of fellow companion animals, study finds.
Police deny claims of Haitian immigrants eating pets in Ohio, which is spread by J.D. Vance and right-wing commentators. French far-right leader Bardella allegedly faked documents to avoid EU funds embezzlement charges. Canadian fashion mogul Peter Nygard sentenced to 11 years in prison for sexual assaults.
Co-host to shut down at end of 2024. Skype founders VC firm raises $1.24 billion to back European tech startups. Tether ventures into agriculture with $100 million investment in South America's Atacama agro.
During IGCF 2024, it has been claimed deepfakes will cost the world over $10 trillion by 2025. Deepfake pornography ring linked to South Korean university uncovered after years-long sting, and reports of deepfakes at Korean schools surged to 434 in span of 2 weeks. Scammers create Tim Cook deepfake amid iPhone 16 live stream for crypto fraud.
In the U.S., Department of Justice claims Google has trifecta of monopolies on day one of ad tech trial. Oracle and Amazon Web Services Incorporated, AWS, announced the launch of Oracle Database at AWS, a new offering that allows customers to access Oracle Autonomous Database on dedicated infrastructure and Oracle Exadata database service within AWS. Korea scraps plan to regulate Google, Apple, Kakao as monopolies, drawing criticism. 3 months ago, Kakao founder Kim Beamsu arrested for SM Entertainment stock manipulation.
TSMC's $65 billion Arizona facility can now match Taiwan production yields according to early trials. AMD announces unified UDNA GPU architecture, bringing RDNA and CDNA together to take on NVIDIA's CUDA ecosystem. The first nuclear clock will test if fundamental constants change.
Body Roundness Index (BRI) has been proposed as a non-invasive screening tool for mortality risk estimation, an innovative concept that could be incorporated into public health practice, aiming to measure obesity. YouTube will begin limiting access to fitness videos for European teens, as YouTube to restrict teenagers' exposure to videos about weight and fitness.
ECB's chief, Draghi demands €800 billion cash boost to stem Europe's rapid decline, and buy your guns, missiles, and tanks at home, Draghi tells EU countries. France asks EU to let it delay submitting budget deficit plan, La Tribune reports.
Deputy PM Mir Grigorian announces official start of Armenia and EU visa liberalization negotiations. Russia expects to launch visa-free regime with Saudi Arabia and Malaysia in 2025. Saudi Arabia open to Petro-Yuan, closer China ties, minister says. Reportedly, America is pumping so much oil that gas could be below $3 by Thanksgiving.
In South Africa, SABC now requiring TV licenses for smartwatches. 9 months ago, SABC now demanding TV license fees for computers, laptops. Internet replaces TV as UK's most popular news source for first time. Princess Kate has finished chemotherapy and says she is focused on staying cancer-free. Viking-age toy carved from volcanic rock discovered in Iceland. The Crow reboot bombs with critics, fails to soar after rotten score debut. Amazon rejects plea to stop selling taxi roof signs, as cab scam spreads across Canada. Bill Gates-backed startup creates butter from thin air. Study finds faces evolve to match names over time.
Sony's PS5 controllers get a $5 increase. Apple brings sleep apnea detection to the Watch Series 10. MIT proposes personhood credentials.
Donald Trump vows bloody deportation of illegal immigrants, threatens jail for those who oppose his presidential bid. Trial begins over Trump train encounter with 2020 Biden campaign bus. In the U.S., retired military leaders defend Harris while placing blame on Trump for Afghanistan withdrawal in letter.
The Goonies reportedly returning for sequel with original cast. Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter shut out of Country Music Award nominations. Fyre Festival 2 announced with $1.1 million ticket package option.
Amazon is allowing Audible narrators to clone themselves with AI. Legal battle over Peter Cushing's image in Star Wars to go to trial, judge rules. Variety comments as if Taylor Swift doesn't endorse Kamala Harris, she'd be entering a new era.
Latvian authorities identify drone crash as Russian Shahd kamikaze drone. Stockholm Arlanda Airport temporarily closed after mysterious drone sightings. Ukraine summons Iranian diplomat as Tehran denies missile transfer to Russia.
Sanai Takaichi, first female candidate to join LDP presidency race in Japan. Xi Jinping welcomes Spanish PM Sanchez as both sides seek to boost crucial ties.
Tropical storm Francine forms in Gulf of Mexico, expected to hit Louisiana as hurricane. Super Typhoon Yagi strikes South China's Hainan, leaving 4 dead, 95 injured. As Japan's deadly summer heat claims 252 lives in Tokyo, experts warn of long-term threat.
Siemens Mobility to establish America's first high-speed rail production facility in Horseheads, New York. NHTSA proposes new pedestrian head impact safety standards, as U.S. seeks new pedestrian safety rules aimed at increasingly massive SUVs and pickup trucks. Budget Airline was offers unlimited flights for €499 a year.
Consumers unwilling to pay up for sustainable food, Brazilian food giant JBS says. China's consumer prices rise amid weather extremes and factory costs decline. Also, China's August exports grow a robust 8.7%, beating forecasts while imports soften. Tesla and SpaceX's Elon Musk on track to become world's first trillionaire by 2027, claimed in a report. Musk says SpaceX to launch first uncrewed starships to Mars in 2 years.
HSBC considers cost-cutting merger of commercial and investment banking units. Goldman Sachs to post $400 million hit to third-quarter results as it unwinds consumer business.
Malaysia central banker sees rate hold in 2024 with growth at 5%. Bank of Japan may hike rates by year-end, says former FSA senior official. Yellen says U.S. economy remains solid, on path to soft landing with no meaningful layoffs.
BYD lifts annual sales target to 4 million EVs, plug-in hybrids. Volkswagen's $5 billion deal with Rivian leaves software arm, carried workers frustrated. CEO left out, claimed in a report. India's auto industry faces major slump as 780,000 cars remain unsold. In India, Delhi government imposes complete firecracker ban until January 1st to combat air pollution. India plans to use LNG for third of truck fleet, in blow to diesel. Global study shows that most cities receive more rainfall than surrounding rural areas.
Rembrandt painting found in main attic fetches $1.4 million at auction. Britain stops export of World War II code breaker Alan Turing's wartime papers. Compass possibly belonging to Nicholas Copernicus unearthed at Frombork Cathedral Gardens.
Investor enthusiasm lags for Apple's AI-powered iPhone 16 series debut. iOS 18, iPadOS 18, watchOS 11, and macOS Sequoia release dates set for September 16th and 17th, 2024, changing per territories. iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max are now available, equipped with a 18 Pro and iPhone's largest display ever. The AirPods Pro 2 will soon double as hearing aids. Apple announces AirPods 4 in 2 new models with H2 chip, USB-C, improved audio. Huawei launches $2,800 trifold phone hours after Apple debuts iPhone 16. And reportedly, Huawei racks up 3 million pre-orders for Mate XT trifold phone before Apple's iPhone 16 reveal.
In the U.S., leaders of transnational terrorist group charged with soliciting hate crimes, soliciting the murder of federal officials, and conspiring to provide material support to terrorists, as two white supremacists tried to spark race war by soliciting murder and hate crimes on Telegram, federal authorities say. Paris court charges couple in Iranian plot to kill Jews and Israelis. Kim Jong-un vows to increase nuclear weapons exponentially.
One more drop in the AI ocean. Mini Omni. Language models can hear, talk while thinking and streaming. Mini Omni is an open-source multi-model large language model that can hear, talk while thinking, featuring real-time end-to-end speech input and streaming audio output conversational capabilities.
CISA's cybersecurity alerts and advisories. CISA adds 3 known exploited vulnerabilities to catalog.
Steam's hottest games. Global top-selling and top-played games across Steam. From the top 100 products by revenue for Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024 to Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. Warhammer 40,000, Space Marine 2, Counter-Strike 2, Black Myth Wukong, NBA 2K25, PUBG, Battlegrounds.
Apple App Store for iPhone, top paid games, from 10. September 2024. Minecraft, Heads Up, Bloons TD6, Plague Incorporated Papa's Frizeria to Go, Geometry Dash.
Top paid Android games on Google Play US for 10 September 2024. Minecraft, Bloons TD6, Earn to Die, Geometry Dash, Stardew Valley, Slay the Spire.
Nintendo US digital bestsellers from 10. September 2024. Hogwarts Legacy, Sid Meier's Civilization 6, Minecraft, Stardew Valley, Castlevania Dominus Collection, Among Us, Spiritfarer.
From the Netflix Global Top 10 list of August 26 to September 1, 2024. Weekly top lists of the most watched TV in English. Worst Ex Ever Season 1. Emily in Paris, Season 4. American Murder. Lacey Peterson. Season 1. Weekly top lists of the most viewed TV. Non-English. The Accident. Season 1. IC-814. The Kandahar Hijack. Limited Series. Breathless, Season 1.
From the Netflix Global Top 10 list of August 26th to September 1st, 2024. Weekly list of the most viewed films in English. Incoming: The Union, The Deliverance, Tokunbo, Migration, Untold, The Murder of Air McNair. Weekly list of the most viewed films non-English.
Calchi 2898 AD, Indie.
Untamed Royals,
1. Lucky Sisters.
Nice Girls, I Can't Live Without You.
Spotify Weekly Top Songs Global. From the Friday, August 30th to Thursday, September 5th, 2024. Die With a Smile, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish. Taste, Sabrina Carpenter. Who, Jimin. Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter. Please Please Please, Sabrina Carpenter. Taste, Sabrina Carpenter. Sciantes T. Hubiera Conocido, Carol G. Good Luck, Babe. Chapel Roan. Top hits on Apple Music the 10th of September, 2024. Die With a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar. Taste, Sabrina Carpenter. Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish. Please Please Please, Sabrina Carpenter. Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter.
Number 1 hit and more. YouTube Music Charts. Global Top Songs August 30th to September 5th, 2024. AJ Kirat, Madhu Bandi Bagchi Divya. Si Antes Te Hubiera Conocido, Carol G. Ainai, Amitabh Bhattacharya. Die With a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Bye Bye Bye, InSync. Gata Only, Floy Menor and Chris MJ. Crazy, Ellie Seraphim. Alibi, Sebdaliza, Pablo Vitter and Yusult.
Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter.
Big Dogs, Hanyu Menkind and Calmi.
Crypto, streaming, tech and more. Daily News Digest, the 10th of September, 2024.